Every year that goes by and I get a little older, I just like want to talk about skateboarding more than I probably actually want to like skate and stuff. My name's Travis, and I will be 30 years old next month. And so that'll make it 18, pretty sure 18 years that I've been skateboarding. I was probably about 12 years old. I grew up in rural Pennsylvania, very different life than out here, but I'll sum that up with that. I live, if you picture anything where the Amish lived and, farmlands, that's where I grew up. And so it was something very not skateboarding friendly. But I think that would have put me in like the 6th grade or something. And, a few buddies probably saw, like a few friends saw, probably got a hold of a skate video, and this is way before YouTube and stuff, so this is the mid-90s, so like, you didn't have like, I don't know how they did it, but somebody got a skateboard, and I was like, and then it was a buddy that I knew, and I'm like, well, hey, let me try that thing, and it was super cool, and I'm like, this is cool, I'd like one of these, and so I think that would have led up to about my 12th birthday, and I asked my mom for my first skateboard, and I don't know how she let me get it, but I don't know if they still make the decks anymore, but it was my first complete. The deck was a hookups.
Hookups, I've never heard of that.
Well, have you heard the company World Industries? They were around, and a few of the guys went and made a separate side project, and they had like kind of pin-up dolls, but with Japanese anime girls that were very full-figured, and I don't know how my mom let me get that at 12, but that was my first skateboard, and I'll always remember that and stuff. So, and that's how I got into skateboarding, because I lived in a farm town and there wasn't much to do, and somebody got a skateboard, and I wanted to do that. And we used to clear out, some of the farmers had empty barns, and there was a lot of dairy farms, and we would clear out because that was the only smooth concrete. And we would help sweep away most of the barn, and then somebody would bring a janky little like kicker ramp, or somebody would bring like a little POS like rail, and that was our skate parks, and so because we didn't.
I've never even heard of anybody doing that. That's cool.
Yeah, we didn't. This would have been. I wouldn't have believed anyone had, if they would have said that and stuff. So that's my beginning in skateboarding. Yeah.
Cool.
I think that my favorite thing about it is just that it can teach you many things, and it's this simple little thing that's just a piece of wood and 4 wheels and some metal that, like, that's all that it really is. But it's like it's had me meet so many different people and taught me a bunch of things. It taught me a lot about how I play music and commitment about, like, if you want to progress with it in any way, you have to put in a lot of hard work, and that really translates to anything. So I think my favorite thing about it is it's a good lesson teacher.
Good lesson teacher.
Yeah, and it's very humbling. Not only can be very physically humbling, how it can destroy your body, but also mentally humbling, because skateboarding to me is mostly a mental game. I mean, it's maybe 15-20% physical, but at a point, most of the rest is all just a mental game and stuff. So that's my favorite thing. So. My favorite trick is the ones I can keep retaining each year.
Okay.
But there's things that I'm doing, there's stuff that I'm doing now that I maybe was trying 10 years ago, but I would just bail on because I tried it like huge or something, like a big frontside air, and I'd like try to just blast it because I thought like that's all that you should just do that. But then like you want to throw it away. Now I'm cool with just keeping it. I don't care if it's small, but as long as things are consistent and stuff. Probably my worst, if you want to like worst slam or something, it's been a long time and there's so many, but I guess the middle of last year, I slammed on my face for the first time.
Your face?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know, long time, 17, 18 some years of skating, I'd never done that. I mean, I fell on almost any of the parts, but I was doing a frontside air over a spine, and I overshot it and landed on my face. And my whole life, I had a deviated septum in my nose, so I could only breathe out of one side. And I had surgery a few years ago that fixed that more or less, and then I unfixed it by falling on my face last year. And I could probably have the surgery again, but the surgery wasn't very fun. And so that was probably I probably had slams that hit a lot harder, but that one sucked the most because it kind of undid something I had to spend a lot of money on to try to fix. So
Do you have a helmet on when you're doing that?
yeah, I mean, I was good everywhere else, but you can't really do much to save your face. Like it happened very quick, and I was I checked all my teeth immediately. That was the first thing, and they were all fine. But I felt my nose, and after all the healing and swelling, I still couldn't breathe out of the right side. So that's